It's Bourbon Night. Hello, I'm Chad.
I'm Sarah.
Sarah, we have another Basil Hayden product here.
We do.
What's this one?
This is the Caribbean Reserve Rye.
Caribbean Reserve Rye. What can you tell us about it?
I can tell you that this is a blend of whiskeys. It's not finished, so a lot of the rum things that we've been seeing lately have been bourbons or whiskeys finished in rum barrels, and that is not the case here. This is a blend of 8-year-old Kentucky Straight Rye, 4-year-old Canadian Rye, and then
the Black Strap Rum?
Black Strap.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
The most important ingredient in the rum finished rye is the rum.
Rum, but why is
But why is the rum gone?
Why is the rum mixed in with the rye?
Yeah.
We'll find out.
It's 80 proof, like
they all
the
are.
normal Blantons.
Well, not Blanton's. It's Basil Hayden.
Basil Hayden. Things that start with B.
And of all the Beam B's that you could have had, like Booker's, Baker's,
I went
Basil Hayden,
to another distillery
you went
entirely.
Blanton's, which is not Beam, but this one is.
Ooh, that
Okay.
was pretty good.
Starting off with a good cork pop. That's always a good sign.
Well,
Technically, they say it's finished with blending, but not finished in the sense of like finished in a secondary barrel. So this is just the rye that they blend with some Canadian rye, and then they say finished with a touch of the Black Strap Rum. But let's just get it right. It's all mixed in.
Blended. When you mix multiple things together, that's a blend, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's all kind of wishy-washy because technically anything that's not a single barrel is a blend of different barrels. Like a small batch, even a non-small batch, again, anything that's not a single barrel
Is a blend.
You're blending barrels together. But yeah, just that word blended gets a bad connotation because of things that have to say blended whiskey because they're not actual bourbon or straight bourbon.
Or there's other things mixed in there.
There can be other like neutral grain spirits mixed in with blended whiskey.
That's probably why they're steered away from it.
They like to say it's a marriage of
a marriage. We married.
doodly-doo.
We married them.
Now it's wed. Whoa. Well, that is a nose, isn't it?
Tropical. Bright cherry, some peach.
Yes, lots of fruits, lots of like sugars.
A lot of sugars.
Kind of
Molassesy or like
yes, molasses.
Agave. But like
agave?
syrup.
Yes, a little bit of suntan lotion. Just some Caribbean type of vibes. Some
There
island.
might be like a note of coconut in there.
Yeah, island vibes. I don't mean suntan lotion in a bad way, just those coconut flavors.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Definitely not a bourbon, definitely not a rye.
It is what I would expect to pick up on anything with rum, either finished or blended.
Correct. All right.
Ooh. Oh. I can tell you what this reminds me of immediately. A patron of ours, Carl Ivy, sent us a package from Hawaii on his visit. And this reminds me, he sent some Kona glazed macadamia nuts. Or Kona coffee glazed macadamia nuts. And they were, they had this like sugary glaze on them. And it was like molassesy with a little bit of coffee note, brown sugar with that like macadamia thing going on.
Yeah.
That is what this is. Just a smack of sweetness up front. And it's hot, too.
Really?
Which is shocking.
I'm not getting
Well,
the heat.
it's my first sip, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I got it. And I get this like lingering, I think it's coffee.
For me, it's a juxtaposition of the feeling of molasses without the mouth feeling of molasses at all, because it doesn't feel thick and viscous like molasses, but it sure tastes like it.
Yeah, no, I get the heat from the rye. Not hot like proof hot. Hot like rye hot.
It tastes like
There's something
the
weird going on
smell
the end.
of walking into a candle store. You walk into a candle store.
It's Yankee Candle in a glass.
And you get that smell, and you're like, I bet if I went around and licked all these candles, I would know what that tastes like. This is very much like it's
It's very candly.
Yes, it's in the ballpark of like the Midwinter's Nights dram, right? Where it's like Christmas spice, but it's not That's why I just said it's in that neighborhood. It's like they could be cousins, but this isn't kicking up the allspice.
It's a different holiday.
It's a different holiday. This
Summer
is
vacation.
It's a Melakamikimaka? Melakalikimaka is a wise way to say Merry Christmas to you. And this is Melakalikimaka in a glass. Do you know they don't actually have a way of saying Merry Christmas? So that is like, not phonetically, but linguistically the closest way
to say
Merry Christmas
Interesting.
in Hawaiian. You didn't think you would get this type of knowledge when tuning into It's Bourbonnight
I
for
did
this
not
episode.
know.
But there you go. Going back and smelling it now, I'm getting more of like a butterscotch caramel type of smell that I think it wants to come through.
A little, yeah. But there is still that fruit on the nose.
The fruit is
which
just
I'm really not
molasses.
getting though on the.
It's over, yeah.
The fruit is molasses and it's over.
No, the fruit and molasses is overbearing.
Yes,
on
I
the
know what
smell.
you meant. I interpreted your Chad.
Thank you.
There is a translation for that.
Not much of a finish for me.
The majority of it dies down, goes away pretty quickly, but there's this flavor. Oh man, I can't.
Wait, did you say coffee note
I
earlier?
did say a coffee note.
I'm starting to get that. On the palate, starts to slide towards the finish, but then the finish is just kind of
it's
gone.
Yeah, this like coffee molasses flavor that sticks around. The finish is gone. It's right here. I can taste it right now.
As we speak.
As we speak, I'm tasting it.
She is tasting it. It's like a coconut cream filling. It's a coconut cream
I don't get as much
aftertaste.
coconut.
I'm getting that cream texture on the finish. Not that it's oily at all, like I said, but it's there for a moment. And then it's gone because it's not long of a finish, but you typically wouldn't expect that with an 80 proofer.
I am just puzzled.
And I think just the proof is kind of hurting this.
Yeah,
But it's a Basil Hayden, and that's their thing.
that's their thing.
Be
They're always going to be 80
be an
proof.
approachable 80 proofer
Yeah.
that people can get behind.
I will say what is kind of neat about this offering is that it's MSRP at like $45. So for someone who at 80 proof, it's approachable. So if you're new and you want to do some exploring, you're not going to break the bank. But I think that I've had other rum finished products, and that's like the trend right now, that I enjoyed more. Like I adore the Jefferson's rum cask.
She adores it.
Adore. I love it. It's good. I think
Sunset
it's
Hard
just-
Hands?
Sunset Hard Hands.
Wow.
It's got I think the best of both worlds. You know, it really marries them well together. It does. And I wonder if that has to do, I mean, I'm sure that the finishing that they do in those rum barrels, it's Gosling's rum.
Right.
Versus blending, it definitely has something to do with it, I'm sure.
Yeah, because I think, and this is
strokes.
completely anecdotal because I'm not a distiller, nor do I play one on TV, but just anecdotally, it seems like this might benefit if it was actually further aged in a used rum barrel to get the hints of it instead of just actually blending it into the mix where it's like, here it is full strength. You want to get like the whispers of it.
Yeah, I don't disagree, Chad. And then I think you would get some more of those oak flavors. Like the barrel would impart more of those char and oak flavors, which might help with this sweetness. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, it is rather sweet.
it might make it more well-rounded.
I tell you what, if there is a time for this, I think it would be after a meal, maybe?
Maybe.
With the dessert, something else that's sweet. Maybe you try to complement it with something with like a fruit compote or something.
I could totally see you serving this at like a summer barbecue.
Sure.
Or something. I think it's light enough. It's got some of those sweet, fruity notes and flavors going on. I think that could work well for the warmer months.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I could see that.
We had an experience with the Basil Hayden, I think it was the 2x2 rye, right? That we weren't completely crazy with, but you found this pairing with some peach preserves.
It was apricot preserves and brie and a cracker, and it was fantastic together.
It was fire, to borrow a
it
young
was
person's term. It was fire, you guys.
So I think, I definitely think this has its complement out there somewhere, because if you asked me about the 2x2, I would have just said, I could leave it. But until I had it with the cheese, and now I'm like, no, I want
always have a bottle around.
I want it because I want it with the cheese.
You can do that pairing. So I feel like, there is a pairing out there that will just blow your hair back. We just got to do some experimenting, I
Yeah,
guess.
normally I would say chocolate, but I don't think that that's the key here because we've got a lot of sweetness going on. I think it is something savory.
Maybe if it's a real bitter chocolate, maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There's something here. Like a pork chop with like apple chutney or something like that. Like if the salty, sweet, savory.
Speaking my language.
Maybe. I don't know.
Huh. We're going to go try right now.
I will say, for me, I'm going to go,
Okay.
Further research is needed.
Yeah, $45. It's one of those that if you're curious and you have the funds, $45, if it's not gonna be any skin off your back, I say go for it.
It just smells like melted brown sugar.
Yes, if you're more methodical in your purchase and your money of spending towards whiskey, then yeah, I would kind of give this the sideways one. Check back with us as we experiment with this, and we might have something to really recommend for you. But right now, yeah, it's got to be the sideways thumb.
Yeah. If you haven't had anything rum finished or any rum blends, and you want to get in on that trend, it seems like the most affordable price point that I've seen to be able to kind of step into that world and see if you want to spend more on other bottles. So
Absolutely.
It has that going for it.
Speaking of affordable, when I tell you about our home on the interweb, how about that for a segue? It's whiskyambitions.com, where you can get things like our Drink More Bourbon, Glencairns, rocks glasses, pint glasses, t-shirts, and more. It's whiskyambitions.com.
You can become a patron. It's patreon.com/itsbourbonnight and join in our community and conversation, which is always taking on new shapes and forms and fun.
Yeah, and exclusives like our podcast.
That's right.
As you can see here on the screen, you can click up here to subscribe, right? We also got maybe a playlist here or another video that you can watch. So we'll see you over there in the next one. Thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Chad.
Okay, until next time, drink more bourbon.